Can the trends stay hot? We talk NFL Week 7 best bets from the bathroom. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back into another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven, coming to you from the bathroom of our hotel room. That's right. You guys know we're on a road trip heading to California for some family time. And we are somewhere in Oregon, and I'm giving this video to you from a bathroom with my wife and kids sleeping right outside the door. So we're going to make it happen. I'm here to give you as much info as possible, and we got it all with the trends, best bets, and everything. But yes, I did survive 4 to 5 hours. Thank you for all the comments. We had some pretty funny ones. So thanks for all that. We got another 5-6 hours tomorrow, so we'll get it done. But we got a big weekend of sports. But before I start out with anything, the NBA Western Conference preview and best bets video is out now. Go check that out. It was a lot of fun. We talked sleeper teams, future bets, everything you want, power rankings. And the Eastern Conference video will be out in the next couple days. So it's almost basketball time, baby. That's right. Go check out those videos now. But other than that, guys, player prop video usually comes out Friday night. I am going to be at my aunt and uncle's 50th wedding anniversary that night. I'm going to try to do the video with Ryan Saturday morning if we can. If we cannot, I will get a short out with my best bets, but that's just how we got to roll this weekend. I'm sure you guys understand. You guys always do. So we got 6 NFL teams on buys this week, so a little smaller slate than usual. And last week, the unders went 12-2-1, the best under rate for a single week in the NFL since 1996. It was absolutely insane. Now, be sure to check the injury report. We got a lot of quarterbacks with injuries this week. It's kind of getting wild out there, but yeah. That's what we got. Bear with us during this video as I am in the bathroom. That's right, in the bathroom, as you can tell. This beautiful shower curtain behind me and everything else. So, but we are here, and we're not going to be a shit show. That's right. We are just not going to do it. So, in this video, NFL trends 52-14. Holy crap, guys. It is the best segment on YouTube in the NFL. I made that up, but it just sounds right. They are unbelievable. Can they win it? Keep this pace up? We're going to find out. So, I got more trends. Thursday Night Football preview and best bets between the Jaguars and the Saints. Then we go Week 7 best bets and the head-to-head bet with me and Ryan to finish it off. I'm ready to talk some football. Long day on the road. This is exciting. Let's go. Let's get into it. And it starts out with those NFL trends. All right, I lied. We are doing the trends right after this. Breaking news from Thrive Fantasy. 100% first deposit match now up to $500. They did this last week only until opening kickoff for Thursday night. This week, they are doing it till Sunday. That's right, till the games start on Sunday. Eligible in over 30 states. You get a free square along with it. Alvin Kamara over a half a rush yard. You put $500 in, and they give you $500 just handed to you. You use this free square, add it to another leg. You get a 2-leg parlay, 3-leg parlay, 4-leg. You can see it right there, how much you get paid for each parlay. It's crazy, guys. They are already giving you half of your 2-leg parlay and $500, or at least up to $500. You got to go check if you're in an eligible state. It's valid from now until Sunday kickoff. Go check it out. And now let's get to the Week 7 trends. Here is the goal, ladies and gentlemen. The NFL Week 7 trends, 52-14 on the season. They are due to lose at some point, guys. So don't be surprised if there is a bad week, but hopefully this week is not that. Here we go. First one. Totals below 42 are 30-18 to the under on Thursday Night Football since 2010. When the total is 40, they are 17-4 to the under. Also, the Saints have gone under in 15 of their last 16, which is probably the biggest one out of this trend. That's saying that Thursday Night Football goes under. Next one, Bills and Patriots combined to go under in 9 of 12 games this year. Raiders 0-9 against the spread the last 9 games as a road favorite, and they are the road favorite against the Chicago Bears. Then the under 17-4-2 in the Giants' last 23 home games, which is insane. And then the under is also 18-4-1 in the last 23 games in New York between the Commanders and the Giants. That's right. That's quite the trend. Anyways, the Lions 15-5 against the spread the last 20 as an underdog. They are a 3-point underdog this week. And then we got the Browns 3-13 straight up after a win since the start of 2021. And Stefanski, their head coach, 10-19 against the spread as a favorite. Those two trends say you got to bet the Colts if you got the guts to do that. That's for sure. And the Browns are coming off a big win against the Niners. All right, let's check out page 2. There we go. The Falcons gone under in 15 of their last 20, including 8 of 10 starts with Desmond Ridder at quarterback. And the Falcons scored 6 and 7 points in the 2 road games this year. I mean, their offense has struggled. And then Desmond Ridder, 0-10 against the spread in the first half, failing to cover by 6.6 points per game. They don't score a lot of points in the first half, guys, that's for sure, especially with Ridder at under center. And then Steelers 14-3-1 against the spread when underdogs by 3 or less. They are +3 at the LA Rams. Cardinals 5-14 against 5-14 against the spread the last 19 divisional games. They play the Seahawks. The Seahawks are also 4-1 against the spread the last 5 games against the Cardinals. Go Hawks, baby. And then the Chiefs gone under their team total. This is not a game total. This is a team total in 5 of the 6 games this year. They have somehow sneakily turned into a defensive team so far this year. And then the last one, Dolphins and Eagles, the big Sunday night football game, have combined to go over the first half total in 9 of the 12 games this season. That is the first half game total, not just the team total. That is the game total, 9 of 12 games. Miami averaging 20.7 points per game in the first half. Philly, 13.8 points in the first half. There it is, guys. Those are the 2 pages of the NFL Week 7 trends. I know you're going to take some screenshots. I hope it helps you guys win a ton of money again. And now it's time to talk some Thursday night football. All right, let's talk some football. We got the Thursday night game between the Jaguars and the Saints. What a freaking beauty this is. Now, the big question mark in this game is Trevor Lawrence. Is he going to play? Is he not going to play? He's questionable right now. I heard he's leaning towards playing. I don't know why he would. He's hobbled right now. It's a short week, but you know what? I'm not the coach, so it's all right. Jags 4-2-1 against the spread this year. Saints 1-4-1 against the spread. Jaguars are coming off an ugly win. I will just say that. I'm not saying it because I had the Colts, but they won thanks to 4 Colts turnovers. The offense was held in check at only 233 yards at home. It's not only because of the short field, but they just didn't look good. It was kind of ugly. They still won. The scoreboard looks like they crushed them, but Saints coming off another bad offensive performance like almost every week is, with a 20-13 loss to the Texans. Jags, 10th in points scored. Saints are 24th at 18.2. They're average to below average offenses, and that leads me right into my best bet game, guys. And I've loved this since the line came out this week. This was a no-brainer for me. I got to go with the under 40 at -110. First, it helps that a couple trends are behind us. If you saw the trends, if you skip past the trends, I don't know what you're doing, but go check out the trends. Those back me up, but that's not why I made this bet. So the Saints. Let's talk some defenses real quick. The Saints, 3rd in total yards, 5th in pass yards allowed, 9th in rush yards allowed, and 6th in points allowed. Only one team has scored over 20 points versus them this season. That's wild to me. Their defense is legit. I know the Saints haven't faced the best offenses this year, which they haven't. But, I mean, we're talking the Jags with a hobbled Trevor Lawrence, still only like 10 days removed from being in London for 2 weeks. I just like them at that Superdome. You've been to the Superdome before. I went to a game there to watch University of Hawaii play. That place can be rocking, that's for sure. So I don't see many points. The Jags team, I think they will get stuffed in the run game, and I think they can hold down Trevor Lawrence enough. Their defense has just been solid. The Jaguars defense, they've been very good against the run, allowing 75.3 yards per game, which is 3rd in the NFL. They do struggle against the pass, but in my opinion, this matchup, it doesn't really matter. They are 31st against the pass, but the Saints and Derek Carr stink. I mean, and I'm not just saying that because I'm in a bathroom. I mean, seriously, they stink. They struggle in the red zone. They can't beat you deep. They are just not very good. So the Jags are 15th in points allowed at 20.3 points. I really, honestly, guys, I see this being like a, 17-14 even kind of game. I don't think one Saints game has gone over 37 this year. It's ugly. If you want to watch offense, this is not the game to watch. But they've gone under a ridiculous 15 of the last 16, as I mentioned in the trends. And Thursday night football games tend to be low scoring in general. You don't have a lot of offensive explosions. So whether Lawrence plays or not, I like the under 40. Give it to me as my best bet of this game. What a beauty. And now let's move on to the NFL Week 7 best bets. All right, here we go, guys. My next bet is this beautiful Sunday night football game between the Dolphins and the Eagles, the game of the week. And my bet in this game is the Eagles team total over 26.5 at -120. Now, this is going to be the 3rd home game for the Eagles. That's right, only the 3rd. In the previous 2 home games, they scored 34 points in each game versus the Commanders and the Vikings. I know, not great defenses, although the Vikings have actually kind of been sneakily decent this year. But I don't think this Dolphins defense is very good either. But last week, the Eagles, you just saw them score 14 points against the Jets. First of all, it's a good Jets defense, but they played much better than 14 points. They had 348 total yards, and they had 3 interceptions and a fumble, guys. Uncharacteristic of the Eagles. They had 4 turnovers. That's the reason they didn't score more than 14. Credit to the Jets for winning, and they are a better defense, also the Jets and the Dolphins. But they now go up against this Dolphins defense that is 24th in yards allowed and 26th in points allowed. Guys, people are talking about this Dolphins team being a Super Bowl team. I know you hear me fade them a lot. I love their offense. They're fun to watch. They're definitely a good team, but let's pump the brakes a little bit. They are a bottom 5, bottom 6 team, whatever it is, in points allowed on defense. They have played 2 above average offenses this year. We've talked about this before. The Chargers, they gave up 36 points. The Bills, 48 points they gave up. They are both on the road also, and this is now another road game against a good offense in the Eagles. The other teams they played were absolute hot garbage. Seriously, hot garbage on offense. The Giants, the Broncos, the Panthers, and the Patriots. There's not many better or worse offenses than those 4. So when they face good offenses, they do struggle a little bit, especially on the road. These are the top 2 rushing offenses in the league. The difference is that the Dolphins struggle to stop the run. They give up 114.5 rushing yards per game, 20th in the league. I think the Eagles O-line, I know they might miss Lane Johnson, which is a big blow, but they got a lot of bodies up there with Jason Kelsey and those boys. I think the O-line can manhandle this Dolphins team, get back on track here, score 27-plus points. The Eagles want to lose to the Dolphins. That's fine. I just need 27-plus points from the Eagles. That is my first best bet for Sunday Night Football. Now let's move on to the next bet. All right, it's been a couple weeks, but we are going back to the 6-point teaser. Here we go. Lions +9, Seahawks -1.5 at -120 on DraftKings. If you're new to teasers, I like when they go over the key numbers in football, which is 3, 4, 6, and 7, and that's what we're doing here. We'll explain it. Lions +9 at Ravens, the first one. I'm taking it from +3 to +9. This Lions team is legit on both sides of the ball. I think they probably have a chance to win this game right at the end of the game, even though they have some injuries. Now, St. Brown is questionable. It looks like he's going to play. Jameer Gibbs looks like he's going to play. Sam Laporta is questionable, the rookie tight end, and David Montgomery is more than likely out. But be sure to check the injury report, recording this on late Wednesday night. So even with all that, Lions win games in the trenches, guys. They just push teams around. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say the Ravens are just some team that you can easily push around, but, I mean, they're just a better team overall. The Lions have the number 1 run defense, which I love in this matchup because they're facing the Ravens, which the Ravens, as you know, they rely on the running game, whether it's Lamar Jackson, Gus Edwards, anybody else running the ball. They're going to struggle, and they're going to have to do it against the pass. Lions against the pass are average, but Lamar Jackson, like I mentioned, they are getting 194 passing yards per game, 24th in the league. So the Lions have a great defense, the top-notch run defense that can stop this Ravens offense. And I see this game kind of being low scoring also. I've seen, I think, 15-mile-an-hour winds and all that, and you guys have known some of those trends. When the wind's over 10 miles an hour, leans towards the under, all that kind of stuff. So low-scoring game, and I'm getting 9 points. Got to love that. Now, the Ravens' defense is good, but I think the Lions' offense can move the ball well enough on them because of that O-line. And I just need this 5-1 Lions team to just not lose by more than 1 score. I love it. So give me the Lions +9 in a game that probably goes right down to the wire, or maybe the Lions handle them and take care of business and win on the road. So Lions +9, first one. Next one, my Seattle Seahawks -1.5 against the Cardinals. It's in Seattle. Cardinals are starting to play like the team we thought they were going to play. They are who we thought they were. You know the famous quote. They're coming off a loss where they fell apart in the second half to the Rams. And some trend reminders in this one, like in case you skip the trends. Again, if you skip the trends, I have no idea what you're doing because you're missing out on a lot of winners. But Cardinals 5-14 against the spread in the last 19 divisional games. Seahawks 4-1 against the spread last 5 games against them. But this is just more than just about the spread. The Cardinals need to be able to run the ball in order to have a consistent offense. And the Seahawks, it's wild to me too, but they are a top 3 rushing defense this year. No James Conner anymore for the Arizona Cardinals. That really hurts them. I don't see the Cardinals scoring a lot. The Seahawks, I like what I've seen from Witherspoon and Tariq Woolen in the secondary, starting to play better. They did well in Cincinnati again last week. I don't think the Cardinals score many points here. Seahawks are the superior team. We know that. They're better offensively, better defensively. And since the upset win by the Cardinals, when they beat the Cowboys, their only win of the year, the Cardinals have lost 3 games since that by 17 to the Rams, 14 to the Bengals, and 19 to the 49ers. I just need the Seahawks to win by 2 or more points. That's it. So that's what we got for the 6-point teaser. And now let's check out our Trends Parlay. All right, let's go. It's the third Trends Parlay of the year. We are 1-1. Let's try to make it 2-1. Plus 581, baby. Here we go. Under 39.5 in the Giants and Commanders game. Bucks minus 1.5 in the first half. Lions +3. Let's dig into this. Under 39.5 in the Commanders Giants. We told you the trends. I'll give it to you one more time. Under is 17-4-2 in the Giants' last 23 home games. And the under is 18-4-1 in the last 23 games between these two teams when the game is in New York. So those are the two trends. Now, also, so just so you guys know how we did this, we picked 3 of our favorite trends and put it in here into the Trends Parlay. These two offenses aren't very good. The Commanders are obviously better than the Giants, but I liked what I saw from the Giants against the Bills. Their defense looked better. They are getting healthier. We did expect their defense to be a little better. Now, their offense still sucks, and whether it's Taylor, Daniel Jones, it's still brutal out there in New York. It's a divisional game where teams are more familiar with each other. I expect this game to go under 39.5. The trends say it, so we got to go with it. The next one, Bucks minus 1.5 in the first half. Desmond Ridder, my goodness, 0-10 against the spread in the first half. So we're going to take the Bucks minus 1.5. This is a first half line. They are losing by an average of 6.6 points per game in the first half, like we said. Ridder sucks on the road. Let me just tell you how many points the Falcons have scored in the first half in the 10 games that Ridder's been quarterback. 3, 9, 7, 10, 14, 3, 3, 0, 7, 10. That is bad. That is just freaking bad. Like, worse than me being in a bathroom in a hotel room right now doing this bad. The Falcons' offense sucks, especially on the road. And the Bucks' defense, 7th in rushing yards allowed. What do the Falcons love to do? They love to run the ball. If they can't run the ball and it's up to Desmond Ridder's arm on the road against a decent defense, they're in trouble. I don't think they score many points. Falcons' defense has been a top 10 defense this year. They're surprising. They're getting after the quarterback. They're playing good defense. I don't think Baker Mayfield and the Bucks can score a ton of points, but I think they'll get it done in the first half. I think they can score 10 to 13 and be ahead by at least a field goal in the first half. So give me the Bucks minus 1.5 in the first half. Third one, Lions +3. We already talked about this game when I did the trends, but the trend, or when I did my teaser, but they are 15-5 against the spread the last 20 games as an underdog. And I think they got a chance to win the game. So let's take the Lions +3. That is my trends parlay at plus 581. And now let's go see what Ryan has cooking.
I've really been struggling with this best bet area, so if you want to fade me, I totally understand. But I am expecting myself to bounce back. I'm doing okay with the head-to-head bet against Steven, 4-2, so looking good there. But the best bet section is where the money is at, and I got to do better. We're going to go out to Kansas City, where the Chargers are taking on the Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs minus 5.5, over/under at 48 points. Now, my best bet in this game, I am going to go with the under 48 points. These offenses, they're just not what they used to be. Patrick Mahomes, he's been an okay quarterback, not Superman, like superhuman like he's been in the past seasons. He's thrown 11 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, nothing super fantastic, or quarterback rating of 95.7. It hasn't been super solid for Patrick Mahomes. We expect better. I know he expects better. The big reason why is these wide receivers. They just haven't figured out which one's going to be their number one, who's going to step up on a consistent basis. The number one receiver is obviously Travis Kelce for the Kansas City Chiefs, but someone's got to pick up as a number 2 or a number 3 and just be more consistent overall. They've only gone over 24 points 2 times this season out of 6 games. That's just not something you expect with this Chiefs offense. And one of the teams was the Bears. Like, come on. Are you kidding me? Of course you better go over 24. But other than that, they've been really struggling. I know this Chargers defense is terrible, but you know what? So is the Broncos defense. And the Chiefs last week against the Broncos, 19 points. That's all they scored against the Broncos. I mean, not good at all. They really struggled against the Broncos. Now, Patrick Mahomes, I mean, like I was saying, he's doing solid, but not great. As far as running the football, he's running it more than ever. It seems like he's averaging like 30 yards per game on the ground, which is just extending plays, extending first downs, or getting extra first downs. It's sustained drives, which chews up the clock, which helps an under, I believe. Like, if you're having explosive plays and scoring a lot of touchdowns, the other team tries to do the same thing, and you kind of get into a shootout. But when you're sustaining drives, just getting first downs, nickel and diamond type of thing, it shoots for an under. Now, the big thing that's going on right now is the Kansas City Chiefs defense is playing out of their mind in basically all games this season. 14.7 points per game, second best in the league. I mean, that's not what you normally see out of the Chiefs defense. So I think they kind of realize where they're going and kind of expecting and um, making sure that their defense is keeping the game close and winning, at the end. Big portion why they're doing so good. Third down percentage, they're getting off the field on third down. They're like ninth best in the league there. Defensive backs guarding against the pass, which the Chargers do pretty well. 40 or 82 rating, 11th best in the league. So they're just doing super solid on, getting a little bit of pressure. They blitz quite a decent amount, but their defensive backs are keeping plays in front of them. They're coming up the field, getting their tackles, keeping the teams from not being able to pick up very, very big yards, which is super solid and definitely helps under. Now, the Chargers, you'd expect them to be good with Justin Herbert and all those things, but that is not the case either. They've really been struggling. Austin Eckler was back last week against the Cowboys. He struggled. He didn't do anything. The passing attack for the Chargers the last 2 weeks has really been bad. Against the Raiders, Justin Herbert threw for 167 yards, and against the Cowboys, he threw for 227. I mean, they're not doing anything special. After Mike Williams went down, it's like he forgot how to throw the ball type of thing. He still got weapons, Keenan Allen and all those things, but Mike Williams was that big play threat, and I think he's definitely missing that. So that is no good, and he's done for the entire season. As far as scoring, pretty much all year, the Chargers have been scoring to mid 20s, low 20s all season long, except for one game against the Dolphins where they had like 30 plus, and then last week against the Cowboys they only scored 17. So their offense isn't really clicking either. They got some weapons on the defensive end, but nothing special, obviously. But like I was saying, even the Chiefs against the Broncos, which is one of the worst teams in the league, scoring only 19, or they only scored 19 points. The Chiefs did against the Broncos, so it's not like they're taking advantage of great defenses at all. So my best bet in this game is the under 48 points at -110. Now we're gonna get into the head-to-head bet with me and Steven, where I hope to go 5-2. Let's check it out.
All right, here we go. It's head-to-head bet time. I am 2-4 against Ryan. I have no idea how. He's pulling out some miracles. He is 4-2, and we are picking the game of the week, Dolphins at Eagles for Sunday Night Football. And I have, you guessed it, the Eagles -2.5, baby. That's right. Ryan's got the Dolphins +2.5. They've let him down before on head-to-head bet. Ryan, I'll let you start. Why are the Dolphins going to win this game or at least cover?
First off, did you have to remind me that this is the team that let me down already? Then they got absolutely demolished. So my thought process behind this one is the Eagles, they pretty much struggle against stopping the pass. That's something that the Dolphins can do well. Tua and the weapons, Tyreek Hill, Waddle, all those things. So I expect this to be an absolute shootout, high scoring game, and the Dolphins to be able to cover that. The other thing, the Dolphins, they need to show that they can beat some of these good teams. If they can't start doing that, then I don't know what the heck they're going to do in the playoffs, or try and, like, what's their vision in the playoffs, just to get beat right away? Like, that's not their hope. That's not their goal. This is not what the team wants. So I expect them to win. Plus, the Dolphins team, I kind of jumped on their bandwagon last year. This is more of a gut and hope pick for me as well. Like, I got to redeem myself, and this is how. Because the Dolphins is my team since last year. I'm kind of jumping on the bandwagon, like I was saying, but no, they're winning this game, or at least staying close enough. And earlier you said that you don't care if the Dolphins win during your bet. So if the Dolphins win, I win this. Yeah, yeah.
I regretted that instantly. I didn't mean that. I forgot we got the head-to-head bet. I do care, but he's going on hope and a prayer, guys. You really want to back Team Ryan in this one? Come on. Let me just tell you something. We already know. I told you the Dolphins gave up a ton of points to the only two good offenses they faced. How is the Dolphins' offense done against the only two good defenses they faced? How about scoring 17 points against the Patriots and 20 points against the Bills? They become one-dimensional, and they can actually be stopped because Tua is a guy who wants to drop back, hit one of his first options. If it's not there, they're in trouble, but they usually just run the ball. They're a top 3 run offense in this league. No A-chain this game, and the Eagles stop the run very well. They're an elite run defense, as we all know. Jalen Carter looks like he's going to be back, the starting D tackle for them, and then Darius Slay looks like he's going to be back after missing a game. This Eagles team is hungry after a rough loss last week on the road at the Jets. The Eagles are going to shut them down. They're going to win by 3 or more points. Don't you guys worry. Put Team Steven in the comments and thank me later, baby. That's right. Don't be worried by the 2-4 record head-to-head. I got this. The Eagles -2.5, and let's all sweat it out and have some fun on Sunday Night Football. Ryan, thank you for another victory with your Dolphins losing. Appreciate
We'll
it.
see about that.
Yep, let's do it, baby. Eagles -2.5 puts Team Steven or Team Ryan, depending on what side you're on. And let's get some likes in this video so we can get another giveaway on a head-to-head bet in the future. So that's what we got. Now, let's check out that bets recap. There it is. It starts with Thursday Night Football, the under 40 and the Jaguars and the Saints game at -110. Eagles team total over 26.5 to roll over that Dolphins defense at -120. And then 6-point teaser, Lions +9, Seahawks -1.5 for -120 on DK. Again, I would not do a 6-point teaser if it's worse than -120, which some books are going to. Trends parlay, we are 1-1. Let's hit this one. Under 39.5, Commanders Giants. Bucks -1.5 first half, and the Lions +3 at +581. Ryan's going with one bet this weekend. That's right. He's playing it safe, going under 48. Chargers and Kansas City Chiefs at -110. And then the head-to-head bet. Eagles -2.5 for me. Dolphins +2.5 for Ryan. If we have any added bets, we will be sure to add it in the pinned comments. So stay tuned for that. That was a lot of fun, guys. Man, I'm excited. Basketball right around the corner. We got that video, as I already mentioned. So go check out our preview videos. Thank you guys for the support. I hope this video wasn't a complete shit show. See that I did there? Pun intended. Anyways, thank you guys for the support. I appreciate it. Let's have a great NFL week, and we'll talk to you soon.